Hello guys, my name's Rob and this is Seven Skies Astro. Today I'm going to talk about my capture of the Cygnus Loop, sometimes known as the Veil Nebula, a supernova remnant in Cygnus. Now I've captured this over a couple of nights and I managed to get 7.2 hours worth. I used my Ascar FRA 300 with a modified Canon 550G and I put an L Extreme filter in the imaging train. And I'd say I got 7.2 hours worth. So before I go onto the computer and show you what I've done, I'd just like to say thank you guys for watching my video. And if you're new to the channel, welcome and thank you for watching. And hopefully you'll stay with me till the end. So I'm going to go on the computer now and I'll show you what I've done. So here we are at Bixen site. This is the stacked data. Now I will include this in the description down below. Right, there is the stacked data. As you see, it's quite a gradient there, and there is some banding going on along it. The temperature of the camera is around about 33 degrees when I was taking these subs. The subs were only 180 and I was only dithering for 5 pixels. I believe I should have really dithered a bit more and that would have helped the banding. But it is what it is, so I've run it through Grad Expert and you can see it's took all that gradient right out. Now you can see the banding quite extensively. Now the way I deal with the banding, I go to script, utilities and Canon banding script. I might find for me around about 75 is pretty good. Now I do a cursor and so I've got the script ready because you might need more than one go at 0.75. Now I don't know if you see that there. Let me put that up there, the process. That has improved it a lot. If I just undo it, you can see it may not come through on the YouTube algorithm, but when I do that you can see it does. And if you just drag that one over again, it'll be less of a difference, and there you can see it's basically gone. Not so much there, but go on to there, it's gone a tiny bit more. So that's how I deal with the Canon banding. Next I'm going to run Blur Exterminator. Now I just do correct only and I just drop that on there and I'll be back in a second. There we go. Blur Exterminator has done its stuff. Let's just put that on there. We zoom in. You see a bit of banding there still. We zoom in the stars. Just not really done a lot because the Ascar is pretty good. Ascar is pretty good at the color correction. So next up, I'm going to remove the stars. Don't click on screen stars, so there's still a linear at the minute. So I'm going to drop that on, take the stars out, and then I can start working with the nebula. Right, Star Exterminator has finished. There's the stars. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's leaving bits of nebula in there. So I think that probably needs some sort of update. There's the starless image. Now I've stretched it using Seti Astro's statistical stretch, and he's done some really great scripts: automatic background extraction, mass merge, star stretch. I do use statistical stretch and star stretch. So I've done that. I've given me this. Now what I'll do now, I'll send this to workspace 2, because I'm going to do a range mask now. Now for some strange reason, my masks pixel seems to have gone a bit funny with my masks. So that's about what I want. There's still lots of mottling there, so I can smooth it out a little bit. Not too much. I just close them down. Now what I've been finding is curves. To adjust this mask, I want to lighten the background, you know. Just drop it down a little bit so it's a better mask. If it started working, it wasn't doing it for some strange reason, so I'll just give that another go, and that's pretty good. Strip that one more, a little bit more there. That's nice and bright. So there's the mask. I'm going to drop that mask on like so, and that's protecting all this nebula, as you can see. So we'll jump onto curves again, and I'm just going to darken the background a little touch to improve the contrast, and it helps with that mottling we seem to have there. Only just a little tiny touch. I don't go too much. Reset that, and I'm going to invert the mask now. Just brighten the nebula just a little touch, just a little tiny S in there. Just bring the highlights up a little bit, and what I'll also do is just increase the saturation, and there's a reason I'm going to do that, just for the masks. So it doesn't need a lot, this image. I think it's looking quite nice already. Let's just remove the mask. Now it hasn't been noise reduced yet, and I quite like the colours. I actually like a bit of the green in. I just think it looks a little bit natural for me, you know. As you can see, I think there's the Pickering triangle, which is broom, the bat. I always think this looks a bit like a kite, and there's its tail coming down there, the kite tail. But anyway, let's just put a little bit of green mask on it now, and I'll make a little mask and move on to that. Here is the green mask. I just with the curves down, I just want to get rid of that little mottling brown there, but I want to try and keep the details, so I just top that up a little tiny touch, so I'll be happy with that. So I say there's quite a bit of green on that, but it's all about. When I change the colour later on, it'll just be what it is. So just brighten that green a little bit so you can come right up. Oh, it's just a little touch. Now I'll also do the saturation on there. Still a bit noisy, but it's just brought a little bit of that detail in. Next, I'm going to drop onto a red mask, just trying to improve these reds here. And there is that mask. Let's just drop the speckling down a little bit, break up the brightness so not too much. There's quite a lot of red in the bat part of the complex. I could do that, but it's too much. I just want to drop it down just a little touch. Now, what I could do is just blade out a little touch. Let's apply that. That mask. Those curves. Have a preview. Let's just increase the red a little bit there. You can see that dropping up just a little bit, just enough to make so like to put that. It's quite a noisy image still, just to make it a little bit on fire, not too much. It's very easily overcook it. I think that'll do that. Just right, this little touch maybe. Oh, there. I think that's probably enough there. Maybe a little there and that. There we go. So like that, the red fiery look. Just increase the saturation. Just a little fraction. Let's just get rid of that mask. Now, what I might do is drop on this range mask now. Drop that down. Let's just invert it. Of the general brightness, just a little touch. So you can do that and take the shadows out. It's very, very, very fine line. This is the brightest part, so I tend to look at the brightest part. You can just overcook it and you start losing detail. So that's very small as curve. And I think that's probably reasonably good. Now I'm going to get noise exterminator, the default settings. I could go about 70. I'll go for 70 and just increase the detail to 20. As I do find noise exterminator does tend to take a little bit of the detail out of the image, and this modeling will go once we add the stars back. But this takes not very long. You see it's going quite quickly, noise exterminator, and it will hopefully get rid of that. I think it's such a big area that you certainly have to use masks, especially with the balancing that's this old Canon has produced with this heat we've had recently. And that's much better. There's still a little bit of noise there. I'd like to leave a little bit in there, but you can see I've reduced it a lot. I don't want to reduce it too much. If you look at this bit there, and it just helps preserve the detail a little bit. Another thing you can do is advanced sharpening, which I've done before, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, because I will hit this again with noise exterminator shortly. So I'm going to jump back on, and there's the stars. Now it's really disappointing to take a little bit of that, but what I do is set as Astro star stretch. Now a stretch, because there's so many stars, basically going to reduce the stars a little bit. So I'll just drop them down a bit rather than using star stretch, but I do like to increase the color a little bit, and we're not going to remove the green because of these, so I'll just execute that. And there we go it, and hopefully I'll get these back in. The stars are quite good. He has just come out with a star halo reduction, but I think it's a bit, this is undersampled, so I don't think it's really going to work on the likes of this. It just makes me stars like little squares, so I'm not going to use that. But what I'm going to do is screen stars. So there's the one, the starless view, and here is my stars just being stretched. And that's not too bad, so I'm quite happy with that. Just drop that down. Let's make it a bit bigger. You see the sky is grey. There's still a bit of the colour noise in there. So it's nice to drop in all processors, ACD and an R, and it'll just take that off of it. I'm just going to use defaults. That's more than enough for it, what it is, and that'll just quickly run through that little bit of noise, colour noise rather. It's run quite quickly through it. And the final channel. There you go. Let's just get that out the way. If I zoom in a bit round here, it's onto here, you can see it's just taking all that salt and peppery noise out. What I don't think it's needed any more than that. Got such a big image. If you go one on one, it looks fine. And now I've got me little bits back in. But there is a slight green cast to it. Now, depending on how you like your images, you could. I've got a modified, Bill Blanch's modified green removal. Drop that on, and you'll see it'll just take the green out. I don't know exactly what it does. The difference between that and it does. Yeah, there you go. That's a luminance protection. And there you go. It's gone. All that green's gone, but look, you got the nice blue now. Pickering's triangle. Plenty of stars in there. It's faintness here. Now, if you want to, you can certainly go onto the curves transformation again. Let's just get that up there. Reset it. Now, it's all about a matter of opinion, isn't it, with these things? If I just put a slight S and just bring it up a little bit more, the brightness of it, just a little touch. I don't want to go too bad. And I think that'll be enough. Do we need any more saturation? Now you see, you can overdo it, you see. It may look okay, but to me it just overcooks it a little bit. You put different parts of it. See, just drop it down a little bit. Make the sky not so red. Highlights, and just bring up the highlights a little bit. Basically a little S curve in it. But I don't know so much. Yeah, I think I'll leave that as that. And there it is. Completed image. Now I could take more stars out, but to be honest, I quite like it like that. There is an advanced sharpening script, utilities, advanced sharpening. Now, whenever I use this, I just leave it as everything default. And it'll just run through it quickly and sharpen the image up a little bit using masks. See, you can just see just a little bit, brings out that little bit of detail. Bring it over there. Is it overcooked here? I think that's fine. I think that's fine. So there you have it. 7 hours. Excuse me. And as I say, I will will include the data into it. Well, there you have it. Overall, not too bad. It was a bit of a difficult one to process with the banding. Now, what I've done since that is I've increased the dither to something like 10 pixels. It was only 5 pixels. I've increased it to 10, and that seems to have helped, and you'll see that on the next picture I do in the next video. So that's it. I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you give it a like and a thumbs up, that'd be fantastic. If you haven't subscribed, please consider giving me a subscription, and I'll see you in the next one. So until next time, be safe, be well, and play skies.